Guys, yesterday during the game, we noticed that in the middle of an at-bat, we saw Freddie Freeman and ShoheiOhtani, and Mookie Betts talking to each other. Mookie almost seeking advice maybe about the pitch, things like that. How valuable is it having a guy like Freddie Freeman in the clubhouse, and especially being so supportive when guys are kind of going through things like Mookie Betts? We'll start with you, Adrian.
Yeah, it's super important because, you know, the conversations you have with your hitting coaches can be sometimes, you know, a little bit different than when you're having with your teammates. Teammates, you're actually talking about what you're seeing at the plate, maybe a certain pitch he threw you, something else, and you build relationships with different teammates about game plans and about, you know, what you see out of the pitcher. And sometimes you go up to a certain hitter and what they give you back is something you don't see at all. And that could be helpful, or that could be something you're like, you know what, this is not the guy that I really want to talk hitting with, because the way he sees things are different. But we all know Freddie is so good and so simple at what he's going up to the plate to do. He knows, hey, I'm going to go hit a fastball. Hey, I'm going to go hit this guy's breaking pitch. I'm going to go up there and I'm going to have, you know, an at-bat where I'm just going to try to hit a line drive up the middle. He doesn't try to break it down too much. So that, to me, is something that Mookie can really relate to right now, because he's talking about simplifying things. He's talking about going back to basics. So when you're going that, Freddie is the right guy to go talk to, because he's going to be like, hey, go do this. Go look for a fastball away and attack it. You know, little things like that are so important. Having a guy like Freddie just, you know, is so valuable to everybody in the lineup, and I hope everybody uses him, because that's the type of person he is.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about value. It's invaluable, right? There's really no measurement you can put on it. And what a better guy to have, you know, in your corner, because this is a guy that bats behind him for the majority of the time. And he sees him on the on-deck circle. If you're on the road, you're usually in the first base side, so he can see him from that angle. He can see his stride. He can see his timing. And just the mentality that Freddie has. I mean, he's very simple, very easygoing, but there is that dog in him. There is that warrior that's, when he's at bat, you can tell that he wants to do it all. So I just feel like he's definitely the guy that he should talk to. They're both veterans. They're both future Hall of Famers, so what a better guy than Freddie.
And it seems like there's a nice balance, because, as you kind of mentioned, Adrian, Freddie's more of a feel guy, whereas Mookie's more of a mechanical guy. And sometimes you just gotta meet in the middle. But today we do have ShoheiOhtani on the mound, of course, continuing his build-up, and of course batting leadoff as the DH, because only ShoheiOhtani can do that. But Dave Roberts talked to the media, so David Vaste, you have more on what the plan is going to be for ShoheiOhtani moving forward.
Yeah, today's Ohtani's 8th start of the season, 8th start as a Dodger. If you remember, in his last start last Wednesday in Cincinnati, he came out of the game in the 4th inning with right hip cramps. The weather was extreme, hot, humid, not as much as Tampa, but certainly at an extreme level that gave him problems from the very first inning, and just couldn't really work through it in the 4th. But Dave Roberts said he hasn't seen any deviation from his preparation for this start, and certainly is going to lay out the plan for us about what to expect as far as how deep Ohtani can go today, and how far can Ohtani go in any game the rest of the season.
You know, I think the last one is a hard one to gauge, given the cramps that he was going through. But I think overall, the command is better. I think he feels good using his entire pitch mix. I like seeing him stretched out, obviously, and we're seeing more edge. I think with Shohei, that's the one thing that really stands out, is that when he pitches, he transforms into a different type of person, player, as far as kind of the mindset.
The splits, when you look at his hitting stats since he started pitching again, it's pretty dramatic. Right? Is there something to that? Is it in a small sample size? What do you think?
I do think that there's something to it. When he's pitching, there's an added emphasis, understandably so, on pitching. I don't think there's a better option as far as not playing him or having somebody else in there. I think that there's a calibration that needs to happen, that's going to happen. But I do understand that as he's built up, you know, certainly on days that he's pitching, or, you know, days after, it's been a little bit different. I'm aware of that.
Yeah, and to expect Shohei Ohtani to go 6 or 7 innings this year. That's not going to happen. Dave Roberts made it pretty clear today specifically, don't expect more than 4 innings from Ohtani. And for the rest of the season, there's a possibility you might see him pitch 5 innings in a game, but that's not something to bank on either because of the risk of injury when it comes to fatigue. I think we all take for granted just how much the Dodgers lean on Ohtani offensively, hitting leadoff, and here he is pitching again for the first time in 2 years. So the Dodgers are being very cautious with how fatigued Ohtani gets because, as you guys know, the more fatigued you get, that opens the door wider for the possibility of injuries.
Thank you, David. And yeah, the biggest thing for Shohei Ohtani and for the Dodgers is keeping him healthy. So if that means 5 innings tops, that is it for Shohei Ohtani. But we've got more to come. Fans making their way into Dodger Stadium, hoping to see another big day at the plate for the boys in blue. The Dodgers are coming off of a 12-6 victory on Tuesday over the Cardinals. Plus, it's Shohei Ohtani's World Series ring giveaway at Dodger Stadium. All right, guys, well, Shohei Ohtani, in his last outing, the plan was for him to get through 4 innings. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get through 4. He did pitch into the 4th, but he started dealing with some cramping in his hips there in that Cincinnati heat and humidity. As he's looking to bounce back, continue his buildup, what do you want to see from him today, James?
Yeah, I just want to see him really take his time. You know, a lot of times, like you say, he's hitting first. He's going to be coming off the mound. Take your time. Definitely get out there. Obviously, stay hydrated. Stretch out. Get some shade. And really attack the strike zone. You want to limit your pitch count today, right? You don't want to be out there too long. You don't want that situation to come back. It's, you know, it was hot and humid in Cincinnati. It's a little hot today, about 90 degrees, you know, a little humidity. So you just don't want that to creep back in there because you want to be able to give all you got. A lot of times when you're holding back or you're feeling something, that's when you might get injured even more. So I just really feel like he just needs to let it go, feel free and easy out there.
100%. I think you hit it right in the nose. Efficiency. He needs to be efficient on the mound, so he limits the pitches, so he's able to get in the dugout, get the hydration he needs, and you know, in the first inning, get in and out of that first inning, so he can get to the plate because we know that he's going to be sweating. You know, there's a lot of things going on, so efficiency is the best thing for to get from Shohei today. Be out there, be efficient, attack the hitters, and you know, do his thing.
Yeah, and when you throw so hard, like tackle with the fastball because he throws hard. A lot of times you see guys attacking with their split or their slider. Throw that fastball, make them hit it first, make him prove it to you.
Yep, and hopefully he can get through his 4 innings of work before they go to the bullpen. So a successful and clean outing we hope to see from Shohei Ohtani. But we're getting closer to first pitch at Dodger Stadium. Shohei Ohtani set to take the mound in the series finale against the Cardinals on his World Series ring giveaway day. On Shohei Ohtani's big day, and I mean pitching, hitting, World Series ring giveaway. Let's get inside to the guys who are calling this game, Joe Davis and Oral Hershiser.
Hi, Kirsten. Yeah, I guess you're right. Shohei Day goes to another level with a giveaway day and him pitching here today. A little bit of an interruption to his build-up last week in Cincinnati with the cramping, but tries to get that back on track today.
Yeah, 51 pitches that he hurled back then, and when you look at trying to go deeper and deeper in the games, there's 2 things you want to avoid. You want to avoid coasting at the beginning because that could lead to some tough innings, and you want to avoid the 20-pitch innings. And if it's 15 innings so far this year, he's had 3 of those innings that have gone over 20 pitches. That's going to eliminate you from going deeper into games.
Today feels like a big day for the offense, right? To prove that yesterday wasn't a fluke, that they can do that more and more.
And we know that the bar is set real high from these guys from the beginning of the year. When you look at this offense, they got a few new characters in there. You got Call in there. You got Rojas in there. You got Will Smith back in there. But you had 6 guys in the starting lineup that had multi-hit games, and you had the multi-home run guys. So it is a good feeling from yesterday, but you don't think you're going to attain 17 hits and 9 extra base hits again. But you know what? Let's look like a solid offense.
All right, Dodgers and Cardinals. Dodgers going for the series win today, Kirsten.
Thank you, guys. Have a great call. And they are so right. When it comes to the offense, last night was incredible. But today, it's about keeping it going. The Dodgers offensive broke out in a big way, and the 1 through 5 hitters were a big part of that. Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, Muncy, and Teoscar Hernandez combined for 12 of the Dodgers' 17 hits, and plating all but 1 of the 12 runs scored. So Max and Teo both recorded 2 home runs, while Mookie, Shohei, and Teo each added a double, totaling 7 extra base hits between the Fab Five. So whether it's the top 5 in the lineup, the top 6 if you include Will Smith, I mean, just how big is this top of the order? Might they be the best in the league?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're definitely at the top of the league. And when you go top 6, listen, they're the best in the top 3 for sure. And then you add Will, who's an all-star, best catcher in the game. You add Teo, who's one of the best run producers, and Max, who gives you one of the best at-bats and power hitters in the game. So by far, they're definitely in the conversation for the best top 6 in the league. So, this is one of the most powerful offenses. And the reason why when we talk about lineups, we always gear towards the bottom is because the top 6 is so good that we know what we're going to get out of those top 6, especially when they're all going great. That top 6 is elite. It's at the top. It's one of the most historic top 6 in the history of the game.
Yeah, I mean, when I think of this lineup, I think of dynamic. That's the word that comes to my mind because these guys can do so many different things, and they complement each other really well. And I really feel like when you get those guys in the middle of the lineup, bringing those guys in front of them, it really scares the opposition because how do you pitch them? Yeah, there's times you're going to get our guys out, but Adrian knows this. We've talked hitting. These guys are going to sit on pitches. They might take a fastball down the middle. They might take a breaking ball, but over time, they're going to get you. They might not get you that first at-bat or that second at-bat, but over time, they're going to get you.
And you're right. It's a key collection, whether it's MVPs, All-Stars, Will Smith, who should be an MVP, hopefully will be. It is an excellent, whether you say top 5 or top 6. But Access rolls on after the break. Shohei Ohtani returns to the mound after leaving his last start Wednesday in Cincinnati with cramping in his right hip. So we'll see how efficient he can be in today's outing against the Cardinals.
All right, Dave. So, call stays at second, and Ohtani comes up. Reached on an error his first time. Ohtani on the days that he pitches, now 6 for 30.
Everybody's going to analyze what's it like the day before, what's it like the day of, and what's it like the day after.
And how about the days in between?
Oh, forget that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Has not had a day off, or a game off, I should say, since mid-April. Longest games played streak on the team. Smacks one in the air, deep center field. Scott going back, forget about it. It's gone, halfway up the pavilion. The Dodger pitcher launches a massive home run, his 39th this year.
I was there when he pitched. He hit a home run, and they gave away his championship rings the same day. He is the Beatles in one body.
As Ohtani continues his season, continues his push for what would be a 4th MVP over the last 5 years. After he had to leave last week's game in Cincinnati with the cramping, resumes his two-way duties and tries to pitch the Dodgers to the series win over the St. Louis Cardinals. Here he comes. Shohei talked about the heat and humidity in Cincinnati last week, but it's just as hot today as he tries to get deeper into this ball game. He had cramping in his hip that he felt right from the beginning of that start, was able to get into the 4th inning, but unable to complete 4 like he had hoped.
Yeah, the 51 pitches was a workload for him, but I'm sure this is part of the buildup. This is a young man that's rehabbing at the big league level because he's so popular, and we've seen that today with his championship ring. He's going to be hitting leadoff. He's now pitching, and that MVP status of his, he is after another one, and this is the arsenal that is substituting in for stolen bases from last year. He's now just decided, I'll be a pitcher and a hitter. The power's been there with the pitching. It's been there with the hitting, and it'll be fun to watch him on both sides of the ball today.
As he makes his 8th appearance, and Brendan Donovan, the lone all-star for the Cardinals, leads things off. 3-2 St. Louis on Monday, 12-6 Dodgers yesterday. Off we go in Game 3 with a fastball that just misses away with Quinn Wolcott behind the plate today. Ohtani's faced the Cardinals once in his career, 2 years ago. Struck out 13, a career high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
About 75% of his pitches so far this year have been either the fastball, this pitch right here, or the sweeper.
It was sweeper heavy last week, threw 29 of them. All fastballs so far.
Yeah, statistically, you would think that his numbers would be reversed, where he would have started out slow and then really started to ramp up and do well statistically. But the statistics are reversed. The first 5 starts, statistics were great. Last 2, a little weaker.
Yeah, so 5 hits allowed his first 5 games, 9 hits allowed the last 2. And Dave Roberts was talking about it before the game today. He said he's still getting used to this. It's been 2 years since he's done the two-way duty. He's never done it in the heat of a race. And so he's still kind of getting settled back in, relearning his routine. And not just the routine, but physically how to manage both loads.
His bat is so important to the Dodger offense that you are just approaching pitching with kid gloves.
Fly the other way. Alex Call's going back. He's still going. He's still going. Twist around and makes the grab. One that he made. Ivan Herrera lofts this ball to center field. Pages will make the catch. Kind of handcuffed him there. He gets a thumbs up from Ohtani. Your turn, Teoscar.
Well, these guys are going to get some autograph balls for their foundations.
Strike 3, 98-99, 100. Ohtani has this game off and rolling with a 1-2-3 first. He got a very up-close look at what it's like to be Ohtani in Japan. And now he gets way too close for comfort. Look at Ohtani's stuff. He's down on strikes, 1 gone in the second. And start planning for the future. They know what they have here. Fly ball left field. Call going back again. This time he doesn't have to pick a fight with a wall.
He'll be the 5th hitter next inning, and
strikes him out. A nose diving breaking pitch right there.
Definitely in the regular season, the buildup seems like it's headed just to 5 innings with a cap on it.
There goes the runner from first. Throw from Smith. Not in time to get Walker. Jordan Walker a stolen base. And so a Sun-aided base hit. Stolen base, and just like that, the Cards have a runner in scoring position.
The Cardinals need to produce runs many different ways. When they get a few hits here and there, steal a base, hit a long ball every once in a while, but yeah, this is an offense looking for a formula.
Fastballs by Pages. Man, it's been live.
And he's known it too. He has just leaned on it. He is not needing to set it up. Old-fashioned hardball.
Center field, number 11, Victor Scott.
4 Ks, 3 of them on that hard ball. 1 gone here in the 3rd for Victor Scott. (2-0) from Ohtani to Scott. Chopper to second for Rojas. That one's easier to see. 2 gone. The 3rd goes Walker.
Shohei has been at his toughest when he's had men on this year. They are now 3 for 22 off of him. So that is below 150. With nobody on, they've been close to 300. But after somebody gets on, he is really bared down.
No score, 3rd inning. Runner at 3rd with 2 out. Back to the top of the order, and Brendan Donovan, who gets a first pitch curveball. Sweeper that misses a little bit in. Donovan 0 for 1 today. 3 for his last 34 for a guy who's right up there at the top of the National League batting race in the first half. 1-0 pitch. Lays a bunt down left side with Freeland playing deep. Bare hand throw late. Cardinals on the board first. Donovan, the kind of guy that they describe as a gamer and a baseball player, and he makes one of the plays you associate with a guy who gets those kinds of compliments.
This is a manufactured run that began with the sun, then a stolen base, moved him to 3rd, and then a bunt hit with 2 outs. That is well done by the Cardinals.
Cardinals take advantage of that drop pop-up. And the inning continues for the DH Herrera. The native of Panama laid in a fastball. Hundred again right there. Foul ground near the on deck circle. Smith, does he have room? Not quite. Saying just make sure that Herrera's ready before you are.
Shohei's trying to get his team and himself out of the heat. One of the things that a lot of pitchers concentrate on, being sensitive to their teammates, baking out in the sun.
Strikes him out. Gets out of that sun. Another 1-2. Another strikeout.
Backdoor breaking ball after all those fastballs that he speeds him up with. A little bit of a flinch in that swing that gets the swing and miss.
Number 21, Lars Newfall.
Might have barely tipped it. Nice catch by Will Smith.
Shohei struck him out first time he faced him. He does the same here. Masterful.
You're on big league rehab, pitching at the big league level with an ERA below 3, and you're presenting jumbo jacks to people before the 4th inning is over.
Like I said, they'll write books about this stuff. The day he gave people jumbo jacks before 4 innings is over. Well, this is certainly one of those days, like you said, Oral, when folks that are here can say, yeah, let me tell you about the time I watched him do this. Hit a home run and strike out 8 in 4.